Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Friday, August 28, 2015, around 5:32 in the morning, Billerica, Massachusetts. Sun will be up in about 20 minutes or so. It's going to be a nice day. Highs in 80-degree range with low humidity, and we'll have low humidity for the next few days, but the heat will come back and the humidity beginning Monday. Some news to report: Connecticut Tigers beat the Lowell Spinners by a score of 3-2 last night in 12 innings, and Tropical Storm Erica is going to hit Florida, but it will be just a minimal tropical storm. It's not projected to be a hurricane. And that's about it on the news. My first video subject of the day is about my review of WWE SummerSlam 2000 pay-per-view that happened in Raleigh, North Carolina. The main event was a triple threat match for the WWE title between The Rock, Triple H, and Kurt Angle, plus other exciting matches on the card. There were no dark matches on this pay-per-view, and the pay-per-view was called by good old JR, Jim Ross, and Jerry the King Lawler. And here are the matches that aired on the pay-per-view. The first match was a six-man tag team match. It was the Right to Censor. It was Steven Richards, Bull Buchanan, and the Good Father facing off against Rikishi and Too Cool, Grandmaster Sexay, and Scotty 2 Hotty with a couple of ladies. One of them was Victoria. And this was, you know, a way to open up the crowd for the opener. The ending had Scotty 2 Hotty to try to do the worm, and he did it, but it was Stevie kicked by Steven Richards, and he got the 1, 2, 3. The next match was a grudge match between former DX members X-Pac and the Road Dogg Jesse James. This was a decent match. X-Pac wins, and afterwards X-Pac wanted to be friends again with the Road Dogg, but the Road Dogg attacked him and gave him the pump handle slam. The next match was an intergender tag team match with a special stipulation. Whoever got the pinfall would be crowned would win the Intercontinental title. It was Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat, I lie, I cheat, I steal, and the ninth wonder of the world, China, or Mamacita, facing off against Val Venus, hello ladies, who was the current Intercontinental title champion at the time, and Trish Stratus. Whoever got the pinfall would win the Intercontinental title. And this was a decent match. The ending had China military press Trish and got the 1, 2, 3, and China became the Intercontinental champion again. The next match was Jerry the King Lawler facing off against Taz. This was being built up for a few weeks on television because Taz was like bullying Jim Ross, and Jerry the King Lawler didn't like that. And it was, you know, back and forth match. Ending had Taz put the Taz mission on Jerry the King Lawler, but the referee Teddy Long was kind of distracted, and then Jim Ross comes out of the commentating booth and hit Taz with a jar with jelly beans. It was pretty good. The next match was a hardcore match for the WWE Hardcore Championship. It was the Lethal Weapon, Steve Blackman, facing off against Shane McMahon. Shane was the hardcore champion at the time, and this was an awesome match. Battle through the stands and stuff, right on the Tridentron. Steve Blackman hit the kendo stick with Shane McMahon, and he took a 50-foot bump onto the floor, which was unbelievable and stuff. Shane took crazy bumps. Steve Blackman wins it and regains the Hardcore Championship. The next match was a 2 out of 3 fall match. It was the Crippler Chris Benoit facing off against Y2J Chris Jericho. The first fall Chris Benoit won with the Crippler crossface. Second fall was won by Chris Jericho with the Lion Salt and Tamer. And the third and final fall was decided back and forth, but Chris Benoit rolled up Chris Jericho with a pinfall using a pair of tights for leverage. It was a good match. Benoit and Jericho always would have great matches together. They had great chemistry when they wrestled. The next match was a TLC match for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. It was Edge and Christian, who was the reigning WWE Tag Team Champions, facing off against the Dudley Boys, who were Devon Dudley and Bubba Ray Dudley, facing off against the Hardy Boys, who was Matt and Jeff Hardy. This was a very competitive match. All 6 wrestlers fought. Lots of like action, crazy bombs, great moves and stuff. Ending had Edge and Christian win by knocking out both teams and Christian grabbing the belts and stuff like that. Very, very surprisingly that Hardy Boys didn't win this match because it was in their home state of North Carolina. I thought the Hardy Boys would go over and become WWE Tag Team Champions, but it seems every time they had like TLC matches between these 3 teams, Edge and Christian would always win. I don't know why. They were pretty good heels, but they should have allowed another team to win once. The next match was a stink face match between the Cat and Terry Reynolds. This was the Cat was with Al Snow and Terry was with Perry Saturn. This was a goddamn awful match and stuff. The Cat and Terry had a long running feud in the WWE. This was just this is what they call a popcorn break, or like a bathroom break. Cat wins this match. Nothing too big happened in this match. Nothing to write home about. The next match was The Undertaker facing off against his brother Kane and stuff. And Kane, this is when he was turned heel again and he was a monster and stuff like that. They had about a 6-7 minute match, a lot of brawling and stuff, a lot of fighting. Undertaker pulls the mask off of Kane, and Kane goes back to the dressing room. They didn't reveal his face, and no contest. It was, everybody gets sick and tired of Undertaker and Kane because they had a long-running feud. So nothing big about that. And the main event was a triple threat match between the WWE Champion The Rock facing off against Triple H with Stephanie McMahon, Helmsley, and Kurt Angle and stuff. And this was, a decent triple threat match. Kurt Angle suffered a legitimate concussion in this match, and he was sent back to the dressing room. But later on, he came back. Rock and Triple H always have classic matches, and then Kurt Angle was going, and Triple H were arguing with the sledgehammer. But the sledgehammer accidentally got knocked into Stephanie McMahon. She was out cold. And then The Rock takes advantage, knocks out Angle, and delivers the rock bottom and the people's elbow, and pins Triple H 1, 2, 3 to retain the WWE Championship. What did I think about SummerSlam 2000? Well, it was a B- in my opinion. The TLC match and Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho match was awesome, and like Shane McMahon taking a major bump was highlights and stuff of the card. Rock, Triple H, and Kurt Angle triple threat match was okay, but the rest of the card was filler in my opinion. Some of the matches were like this, were awful, which were the filler. And that's about it on SummerSlam 2000. Be back again later. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter with 2 more video blogs. First video blog will be about the Silver Line MBTA rapid bus route from downtown Boston to Dudley Square. Tell you about that route. And the third and final video blog of the day will be about Stephanie McMahon, who was one of the vice presidents of WWE and Vince McMahon's daughter, and married to Triple H. Keep calm, everybody. And I'm a Julie Budding guy. Have a good day, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Bye now.